Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, and welcome into the Auburn Blitz on this Monday afternoon. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. I am Andy Graham alongside Jim Hardy. We'll be with you again for the next hour, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. Auburn goes to South Carolina and gets a win over the Gamecocks, 66 to 63. It was a costly victory, unfortunately, as Janai Broome goes down with a sprained ankle in the second half of that game. How long he will be out is still to be determined, although it was announced that it is a non-surgical sprain, so probably, pretty bad sprain that is going to keep him out for at least a couple, a week. You could imagine a week, a couple weeks, 3 weeks. Who knows? It depends on the person, their healing ability, the treatment that he's going to get. I'm sure will hasten all that. But how much, can he tolerate pain toleration, things like that, and working it out. So all those things factor in. We'll just see kind of how it goes, but Auburn will be will be without Broome certainly for the next few games, and some really good teams coming up. Mississippi State, one of them. Tennessee, one of them as well. Got to go to Georgia in that stretch as well. So we'll talk about that a little bit, break down that game a little bit. I actually made the trip out to Columbia. It was an interesting trip. We'll talk about that a little bit as well. The college football playoff, we're down to the national championship game. We got Ohio State and Notre Dame. Maybe talk about that. Those are two really, really good, really fun games. Mm-hmm. The playoffs getting better and better as we go. So we'll talk about that. We didn't get a chance to talk about the baseball team last week. They started practice. They will actually start practice today. So we'll talk about that a little bit as well. Always love to hear from you, 256-234-6221. Give us a call. Let us know what's on your mind, and love to check in with you and see how you feel about this basketball team moving forward without Janai Broome at the moment. What will happen with that? So go and check us out on our YouTube page. Subscribe to that, the Auburn Blitz, or check us out on Facebook, or you can just dial us up on the old television. And we appreciate you being with us each and every day throughout the week. Jim, good to see you. Good weekend.
Yes, sir. You done teased us all. Tell us about Columbia. Was it the atmosphere?
It was, Auburn basically took over the arena.
Okay.
Very nice arena. It was, I think it seats like 12,000 maybe. Mm-hmm. But it was not nearly full. We got there, first of all, the bad weather came in, mm-hmm. and we decided, to bypass them because Atlanta ended up getting a pretty good bit of snow. And so we went down to Macon and kind of went around it and kind of came up from the backside, tried to get around the weather a little bit, and ran into some ice around Augusta, but pushed on through.
There you go.
And
that's a true Tiger.
Yeah, that's right. It was not an easy trip. It took a little longer than expected, but that's all right. It was fun. Everybody I ran into, on Friday night and Saturday morning went out to breakfast, was like, oh, you guys take it easy on us. Take it easy on us, please. Y'all going. We ran into a guy. He said, y'all gonna beat us by 30. You know that, right? And I was like, and I'm like, I've heard about as much poor mouthing. I mean, this. I'm beginning to get worried. And this was at breakfast. I was like, there's no way. There's just so many guys, so many downtrodden, South Carolina fans, and they're just like, oh, I knew it was going to be. I knew something was up.
Do you think
there was something, a dead cat in the wood.
Do you think the team had that kind of feel too, like we're fixing to go play a team we should blow out?
It looked like it.
Yeah.
We kind of came out of the gate very laxity. I mean, we weren't nearly as intense. It didn't seem like defensive effort didn't seem to be there. Give the kid for South Carolina. I mean, this is the second game in a row that they've had a guy just go off for basically, have just a tremendous game. By the way, that guy from Texas, I think, that scored 34 on Auburn, had 4 against Tennessee, I think.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, the big kid down low, he had his way. And to be perfectly honest, when Janai Broome went out, he had really not done all that much. I mean, he had 6 points. That other guy is the kid from the Bowles kid from I think it's Boyle's kid from South Carolina had basically had his way with Broome on that end, on the offensive end of the floor. So it was we didn't hit. We only hit 8 threes. We didn't get to that double-digit mark. So, it got to have some more. Some guys got to step up. Dylan Cardwell's going to have to step up. Dylan Chaney's going to have to step up. He's going to take a lot of those minutes. We got to get more out of Denver Jones. He only had 4 points in this game. Good. I mean, Pettiford stepped up. He pumped in 15 for the game. Kelly had a nice game. He hit several from the outside, but Turtle Hudson, the guy that has not played very much at all this year, but he's going to have to play some important minutes moving forward in these next few games because, this rotation is going to look a lot different without that big. I mean, you lose a player in any, a good player, it's going to affect your team.
Sure.
You lose the presumptive player of the year in the country.
Right.
That's a pretty big blow.
Yeah. No, I kind of equated it when I heard it going on to almost like Auburn going through their season and losing Cam Newton, and then we're bringing in the backup trying to still have the same team there.
Yeah.
And I don't think this team the basketball team without him is that as drastic as a move, but it's still like you watch the game, you've kept up with it all year long. When our offense seems to work through him and we make other teams have to double team him, who's the guy now that's gonna step up and take that spot?
Every time they do, they absolutely need a basket. They'll go down low to him.
Every time.
So what now? I like, Chad Baker-Mazara. Mm-hmm. I think he can fit that role a little bit. He's a guy that's got ice in his veins, and I think they will go to him more. In situations like that, to be honest, Todd Pettiford. Mm-hmm.
Can it be?
Freshman.
That was the next one I was going to ask you. Could it be like what you just stated from a Tennessee player and from a South Carolina player? Could a Pettiford been averaging 12, 15 a game? Could he blow up and have 30 in a game?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Miles Kelly is the guy that's going to have to become a more consistent scorer. He's had moments where you looked at him and, he's had some games where he's gotten hot, but he's proven that he can get to the basket too as well. Mm-hmm. So I think he's going to have to, he had 14 in this game. You're talking about also, it's not just the presence of a Janai Broome, but I mean, he was averaging 18 points a game.
Oh, sure.
So how are you going to make that up? You got to distribute that out it's not going to be just one guy.
Yeah, I think it's way more than 18 points, because if your offense is feeding to him, like you said, in that hole, and when you need an important bucket, he gets it. Well, that means that defense collapses on him, and he kicks it back out to somebody else that gets you those points. Who is that person that defense going to collapse on now?
Yeah. Auburn got pushed around physically, too. That's definitely going to be the teams are going to look at that and see this Auburn team. And South Carolina got physical with Auburn, and Auburn didn't handle it really well. They got out-rebounded. They got pounded on the glass. Now, granted, they turned it around. They played much better defensively in the second half. I don't think they gave up but 23 points.
So is that the
second half?
Is that the blueprint going forward? Is to get in their face?
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's most definitely. So Auburn only went to the foul line. I think, what was it?
Six. Was it
We were
6
of 12.
Yeah.
Going to the foul. I mean, we only went to the foul line 12 times.
Mm-hmm.
Only made 6, but I mean, that's you got to find a way
and
to do better.
You only
than that,
made 6
sure.
of 12, and 2 of those were the last 2 of the ball game.
Yeah.
So that means you made 4 an entire ball game.
Now I will say the fans travel, man. That was that last one. That was so funny that in the press conference, Nick Pringle, transfer from Alabama, goes up, misses 2 free throws. It could have put him ahead, could have tied it, or put him ahead. Missed them both. And after the game, they were asking about it. He said, tough environment. Yeah, he said, boy, that's a tough environment to play in his own stadium. In his own arena. So,
wow.
Kudos to all the fans out there, the Auburn fans that did travel to that game. It did sound like a home game quite a bit through the game. So we'll come back and take a lot of these comments, a lot of them rolling in. We'll get to those in the next segment. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. More to come right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice. Bice Motors.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Get ready to rev up your fall with Adams Motorsports in Montgomery. This season, experience the thrill of the open road like never before. From sleek motorcycles to powerful ATVs to versatile side-by-sides, we've got everything you need to fuel your passion for adventure. Whether Polaris, Suzuki, or Kawasaki, Adams sells and services the best. Go to where the journey begins. Visit us today or online for more information. From East Alabama's first family of power sports, Adams Motorsports of Montgomery.
Are you looking for a great deal on a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC full-size truck? Check them out. Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierras side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika, Alabama. Take your choice of brand new 2024 Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off, or 0% financing plus no payments till springtime. Here at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Jim here with you. Just getting started, about 45 more minutes left in today's show. The Auburn Tigers are the #1 team in the country, according to the Associated Press. That just came out during the break. I think that's the second time Auburn now has been ranked #1 in the country under the Bruce Pearl regime. Tremendous accomplishment. I hate that they're not going to be at full strength moving forward. So we'll see how long that lasts to sit atop there. And I'm sure any team. I think that's going to be a revolving door, to be perfectly honest, at that #1 spot. I think you'll see teams. You saw this week, the #1 team, Tennessee, got blown out at Florida. You saw Auburn struggle mightily at statistically and probably the worst team in the SEC in South Carolina. You saw Iowa State got taken to overtime, the #3 team at Texas Tech. Let's see, there was some couple others that were very, very close games. Alabama got taken to, I think that was a one possession game at Texas A&M. So I mean, it's just all these teams are going to be revolving in a up there at the top 5, top 10, changing places throughout the year. So just get ready for it. It is going to happen. But Auburn, for right now, today, your #1 team in the country in the AP poll. Get some of these comments here. Steve says Broome was outplayed at least half of the game, but how many South Carolina players flopped? Yeah, Broome was outplayed. I don't think there's any question about it. Now, would he have come back in the second half and been able to turn that around? It didn't start that way, but I think he's probably got the talent to do that, and I think I was expecting him to come back and have a much better second half. I was hoping he would. There was a lot of flopping going on, no question about that. Ty says, I think Broome will be out. I think Broome's out. I think Howard is fixing to break out. Ja'Kai Howard hit a monster 3 toward the end of that, in the second half of that game, that was really propelled Auburn to help them win that game. So that was a huge step up for him. He only he only had 7 minutes in the game and had 4 points. So those are 4 big points, though. But I think, yeah, he's going to have to play more, and I'd love to see him break out. Ty also says, I think Broome will be back earlier than people expect. It won't be a surprise if he will be back for the Tennessee game. That would be the January 25th. So that's a little bit of time. You actually get a week's break between Georgia and Tennessee. So you got Mississippi State coming up, you got Georgia. You were talking about the rankings.
Yes.
Georgia's or Mississippi State's ranked, I can't remember, they're in the top 15.
Mississippi State was 15.
Yeah.
You had, I think it was
Georgia.
10 teams in the SEC that are in it.
Right.
There's 4 of our next 5 opponents are in it. Ole Miss was 21, Georgia was 23, Mississippi State was 15, Tennessee was 6, I think it was.
Right.
Yeah, so 6, 15, 21, 23.
So it's not going to be easy.
Here's my question I want to throw at you. I know we're talking about the number 1 ranking in the country. I'm not concerned with that at all. I don't care if you want to call us 1 or 25 or what it is. The one I'm concerned about is the 1 seed in this tournament. How going forward in the next 5 games do you think, maybe let's just call it 6 games we got on our paper all the way to Oklahoma. Out of those 6 games, how many do you feel like we could lose, and how many can we give away and still get that 1 seed?
That's a good question.
Because you know that's an important seed to have.
Oh, yeah. No question. Depends on how many Broome plays.
Right. So let's say he doesn't play a game for all 6.
Oh, the next 6 we play?
Next 6 we play. He don't play a game.
How many can we afford to lose?
Correct. Because you're going to say, statistically over the years, what does it take? Either 4 or 5 losses to get a 1 seed? Is that, could we say 5 get you a 1 seed?
It's more about where you're ranked, because I don't know what everybody else is going to be doing this year.
Yeah.
Because it's so difficult, their record may be
But on average,
yeah.
What do you say? 4, 5, 6 losses? How many?
I don't think we could afford more than 4.
Okay. So you got 1 now. So that means if you pick up 3 more, let's just say you pick up 4 more, will those 4 come in the next 6 weeks? Because those are all ranked teams.
And here's the problem with that as well.
Right.
Auburn's schedule actually gets more difficult as it goes.
That's right. He couldn't have got a herd in a more inopportune time as far as keeping your 1 seed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Mississippi State and Tennessee are at home. Mississippi State, Tennessee, and Oklahoma, you get at home.
Right.
Those are the ones, even without Broome, those over the next 6 games. Those are the ones that you would look at and say, okay, that's going to be our best chance.
Right.
Now, Tennessee, really good.
Good, yes.
But at Georgia, at LSU, at Ole Miss, you could do worse with that having to go to those places.
Sure.
So that's probably the best. That's probably the best case scenario you could.
Out of that group, that's what I was about to say. LSU and Ole Miss are pretty poor. LSU really is poor.
Yeah.
So you could, those 2 games, Oklahoma, you could kind of hold that together. You hope you get both of those, regardless if he plays or not.
Yeah.
So you're looking at 4 ranked teams. Do you go 2-2 in those 4?
That's I think that's all you could hope for.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. So if we go 2-2, you got 3 losses. That means the rest of the year you're only playing with 1 to 2 losses to keep that 1 seed.
We'll see what happens. I mean, if you've been number 1, I think maybe you can, if you have an extra loss in there, a 5th loss, or maybe even a 6th loss, the committee would look at that and say, well, they were playing without their best player.
Right. Oh, I get that, but it's also, I think there's a diminishing point, too. I don't think they're going to let us be a 1 seed at a 7, 8 losses.
Oh, no.
Yeah. No matter whether he was in or not.
No.
Yeah.
But 2 losses have won the tournament, too.
Well, that's true. That is possible.
2 seeds. 2 seeds.
2 seeds have won it. There you go.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
We got to take a break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sensi Green. For air that's cool and clean, we care about the air you breathe.
Turn to the experts at Sensagreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe. Call Sensagreen.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We are your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes. They're installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
The results are in, and Game Day Men's Health in Auburn has delivered. The certified medical team at Game Day Men's Health wants to help you feel better. Text 334-209-3706 to set up your free testosterone check and consult. Results back in as little as 15 minutes. Tired of feeling tired? Text 334-209-3706 to Game Day Men's Health in Auburn. They make you feel better.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event, from tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering, or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Jim here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We are brought to you each and every day by Russell Do-It Center. Got 9 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Do-It Center today. Also, Sense of Green for air that's fresh and clean. Call Sense of Green, 334-487-3555. And J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. No job's too big. No job is too small, commercial or residential. Call them today for all your needs, 334-531-0199. We were talking about Auburn basketball. If you got any thoughts about that, give us a call, 256-234-6221. Auburn moving forward. They got a game against Mississippi State tomorrow night in Neville Arena, 6 o'clock on the SEC Network. That'll be a challenge. Mississippi State's very good team, but Auburn going to see what life is like without the presumptive National Player of the Year in Janai Broome. So Auburn going to have to shoot the ball well. There's no question about that for sure. Okay, the NCAA or the college football playoff got a little bit more in focus, and we got two teams now for the national championship. Notre Dame and Penn State. Both of these games were very entertaining. They were very close, very well played. I don't know how much, I think at last check, we were together Thursday. Was that? Mm-hmm. And right. You liked Notre Dame in this game, and I liked Penn State in this game. Did anything surprise you? Did it go about the way you thought it would?
Yeah, that's the way I thought, and the statistics showed what I thought. Both of them were just equally matched, a good hard-nosed football game. I mean, I just had a feeling that the way, I don't know, I guess I watched sports for a long time, and you ever get these guts where you watch people play and a team play, and Notre Dame just seems to be more a cohesive unit than Penn State, more of a rallying cry. Like they even got their coach on the stage after the ball game and told him, "Oh, you're the greatest. You're the first black coach to ever make it to the national championship game. And how do you feel?" And he totally put it on everybody else. He's like, "I don't care if you're black, white, Mexican, whatever it is. You know, we're going to play this thing as a team." And as soon as I heard that, I said, "That's the reason I picked you guys." Yeah, because y'all are on the same page.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Riley Leonard, he had a nice game. Did throw 2 picks. Mm-hmm. And that Notre Dame's offense just does not impress. No. Does not impress you very much at all, but their defense will get after you. And, you know, they did enough. They turned Aller over, you know, and one time and 11 of 17 on third down. That's pretty good. When the game was on the line, mm-hmm. you want a guy like Riley Leonard that can make plays with his legs and his arms. So, and it's always been the other reason I picked it was, and I remember thinking about it, the big game Franklin, I call him. He is, and I think I saw the statistic a couple weeks ago, he is like 1 in 10 or 2 in 11 in teams that are top 10 opponents. Yep. There's something about big coaches playing in big games. You can put a format together, put a game plan together, and win those big games. And other coaches don't make the adjustments they need to. Yeah. And it's showing. Oh, yeah. It's been that way for a while. No question about that. So Aller's coming back. Penn State will probably be a pretty good team next year as well. But, yeah, it's hard not to like and kind of respect Marcus Freeman. He's a real deal. He's the real deal. Notre Dame kind of lucked into that, I think. And I saw that they were going to be receiving $20 million from going to the national championship game, that they're not in a conference. They don't have to divide that with nobody. That's true. So they can go out NIL shopping. Yeah. Ohio State and Texas, another very entertaining game. Ohio State winning that one. It was 28-14, obviously, but that score does not really tell the story. As Texas, my goodness, first down and goal at the 1 yard line. I mean, literally, I looked over at my brother, And I said, they got 4 downs to run it in.
Mm-hmm.
They got 4 downs to run it in. They'd run up the middle, get stuffed. Then I look at it, they throw a toss sweep and lose 7 yards.
That was the one that went to their sideline, and like he got corralled over there and lost a bunch of yardage.
Yeah. I mean, and then it's just.
Yeah. That showed you.
They'll be thinking about that play for the next 20 years.
That showed you one of 2 things. Either Sarkisian outthought himself, like, okay, I'm thinking too much, or just how dominant Ohio State's defensive line is, that he didn't want anything to do with it. He was trying to figure ways to out-scheme them.
Yeah.
Because if they're that dominant, then Notre Dame's done.
Ohio State and Notre Dame for the national title. I'm sure a lot of eyeballs will be watching it. 2 of the most followed teams in the country, 2 of the most beloved. Any early thoughts about that game?
No, other than what I just said. If Ohio State's defense shows up like we saw in that game, causing fumbles and returning them for touchdowns, and like you said, stopping them on the one, I don't know how you beat them.
Yeah.
I mean, because they got the offense.
Yeah, I think Notre Dame's going to have a tough time keeping up with scoring enough points to win the game.
That's right.
To beat Ohio State for sure.
Yep.
All right, we got to take another break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
This is Joseph Dean with Frederick Dean Funeral Home and Crematory. I am pleased to announce that Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation is now open to serve the public at our location on the corner of 49 North and 280 West in Dadeville. Please stop by and see lifelong resident of Dadeville, Molly Kaler, who will be running the office and meeting with families who want to plan ahead and pre-need their services. We are also available by phone 256-750-0381 or online at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Bucks Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bucks Island has all kinds of boats with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bucks Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bucksisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life. EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area. Go ahead and mark your calendars, sports fans. The Alabama State games are returning to the Magic City of Birmingham, Jefferson County, and surrounding communities June 13th through the 15th, 2025. We're talking about 20-plus sports open to athletes of all ages and abilities. The 42nd Alabama State games will be something to behold. Mark your calendars now and be ready to go when registration opens. Visit allagames.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more exciting announcements.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Jim here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. About 20 more minutes left in today's show. We were talking about Pepper Tree Steaks and Wines, just thinking about lunch. It's got me hungry. Thinking about some of the places. If you head to Columbia, South Carolina, one must go, the Vicious Biscuit. The Vicious Biscuit. Man, that thing's...
That sounds interesting.
They need to get one of those in Auburn. That's all I need to say. It was mighty good. But if you're looking for some more good food, and I'm thinking about lunch right now, Pepper Tree Steaks and Wines, tremendous place to get some tremendous food. They got a great selection of steaks, ribs, steak burgers, Conecuh burgers, another one of my favorites. So go and check them out. They got daily lunch specials as well. 2 locations, one in Montgomery, one in Auburn. Their website is steaksandwine.com, just the letter N, steaksandwine.com. Check out their daily lunch specials. Go out, go pick one up today. Go to the restaurant there and eat. The food is just tremendous. Great people. Pepper Tree Steaks and Wines. Go and check them out today. You'll be glad that you did. Believe it or not, the weather is going down again. I think this week it's going to be mighty cold by the end of the week, maybe into the next week. But baseball season's about to start.
That's usually when it happens. In our area, you and I were talking about it off the break. I do a program out at our place, and we've built a facility to keep all these families and kids in. Well, from years to years, I've had teams come down from the north and stay that were playing our local junior college, some Illinois teams and some others. And they always tell me, man, you do not, when it turns cold, we've got to leave to be able to play ball games. Yeah. And they said if their coaches were explaining to me, hey, that late January, early February, if we don't come south and play, we're not going to play till March. He's like, so you guys got a great thing down here. Even though it's cold, he said, you got no idea what cold is.
Right, yeah, really. That's true. We deal with it for a day or two. They deal with it for a month or two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Following a disappointing 2024 season, 27-26, 8-22 in the league, Auburn and getting back on the horse, trying to get things turned around and looking to have a much better year this year. We'll hopefully that will take place. Beginning practice today. So Auburn baseball.
Good day to start in the 50s, so that's not bad.
It's not too bad today.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they'll have several days this week, and no rain, thank goodness. And the wind has kind of died down a little bit too. That's so much better. But some interesting, bringing in some guys, some transfers out of the fall. Sam Dutton from LSU, Cade Fisher from Florida. Both those guys look like they're going to be maybe starters in the rotation. So this is the long since college football is just this transfer portal thing. Baseball, guys been transferred in baseball for years and years and years.
Mm-hmm.
That's just kind of the way it's done.
The most amazing thing to me, and then for a college coach, and I think I brought it up there on the show, is now you can go get these kids like Auburn have got in the past from junior college, and that time don't count against them. But Butch can have them for 4 years versus 2 years.
That is going to be very
because you get a lot of
interesting
what I call it not transfer players, but over the country, these Dominican ball players come in, go to junior college and play, and they kind of get their grades together, get their stuff together, and then they go to a big program and play.
Well, that was always, the trick in baseball was so much different than other. I mean, nobody in football ever wanted to nobody would ever even think about going down to a junior college.
Sure.
But in baseball, junior college baseball is, played at a pretty high level.
Yes.
And you could go to a junior college and not lose a year of eligibility, and just pop right back. And that people did that, quite often. And you saw, some really good players come out of junior college. So now the fact that it's not going to count against,
right,
and you can go on, that's
huge.
That's even a more
because a baseball player, especially a great hitter, is all about seeing reps and seeing that ball and seeing that coming to you at the 90s all the time, and you just get better. I mean, I can't imagine it being a bad thing for a baseball player to have 2 years in junior college and then get 4 years at D1.
Right.
Because you're looking at a 24, 25, 26-year-old playing baseball.
That's true.
I mean, that's minor leagues.
Yeah, that's true. True freshman, Jackson Sanders, Christian Chatterton, both going to have every opportunity to come in and be a weekend starter. We're talking about some big-time talent on the mound here for Auburn. Hayden Murphy, a guy that's going to benefit, like what you were just talking about. He's going to be the hopefully maybe the closer for this role. But he's a guy that I think came in, up from a junior college role a couple of years ago. So anyway, look, a lot of young guys on this team, but a very, very talented team. Bub Terrell, another transfer. Chase Fralick, a young guy. And so, look, Butch Thompson does a tremendous job with the baseball program. They're going to have their moments up and down, but looking for a better year certainly this year than last year. They really struggled out of the gate. So Auburn baseball beginning practice today. Don't go anywhere. One final segment of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sensi Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensigreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit Sensigreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
SignSource is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Go ahead and mark your calendars, sports fans. The Alabama State Games are returning to the Magic City of Birmingham, Jefferson County, and surrounding communities June 13th through the 15th, 2025. We're talking about 20-plus sports open to athletes of all ages and abilities. The 42nd Alabama State Games will be something to behold. Mark your calendars now and be ready to go when registration opens. Visit alagames.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more exciting announcements.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Jim closing things out here. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. And, hey, look, we always talk about our sponsors, but, hey, they're not just, it's not just talk. You said something about J.A. Smith during the break. Just tell the folks about that.
Yeah, J.A. Smith Construction, you know, we talk about it. Andy always says we can cover the big and small jobs. Well, they also cover the community. I do a program where we work with special needs kids and get them into the outdoors and involved, and J.A. has been a big part of that. They've come out this last event and bought all the families steak dinners and came out and cooked all the families, all the volunteers. So you're talking about feeding 75 to 100 people. So it's go out there and support those companies because they're supporting our community.
Absolutely. J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation, tremendous quality business, but also does it with a heart, Jim.
He does.
And apparently steaks as well.
Well, hey, that's straight to my heart.
Absolutely. No doubt about it, for sure. All right, on this day, it is the 13th of January, 1974, Super Bowl VII, the second back-to-back of Miami's back-to-back Super Bowl victories. They beat Minnesota this time, 24-7. Larry Zonka, the MVP of that one. That was after the perfect year of 1972.
That's a Shula coach team, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they came back and won it in 73 as well. And then that was the only 2 they won. Shula took them back in 80, what was that, 82, I think. Dan Marino's rookie year, and never went back. Never went back.
Well, he got 2.
That's right. He's still, I mean.
And they got a coach now walking the sideline with sweatpants on. Complete opposite.
That's true. 1999 on this day, Michael Jordan announces his retirement for the 2nd time from the Chicago Bulls. But he would return in 2001. And, I don't have hardly any memory of him with the Wizards. I've kind of blocked that out like it didn't exist.
Yeah, it was kind of, for me, that's when he went to the Barons and tried to play baseball. That just kind of fizzled it out. But I don't care. I'll get in a debate with you all day long. There's no question that he's the best that ever played basketball.
Oh, I know.
It's not even fair. And especially if the other man, there's only one really in the conversation, but he puts himself in the conversation. He calls himself the GOAT. I have a problem with that when you say that.
Yeah.
Let me judge that, and I'll tell you, you're good, but you're not the GOAT.
Yeah. Well, there's always these arguments. And certainly, I mean, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar may be the most dominant player for the longest period of time.
Right.
Wilt Chamberlain's probably, Bill Russell and all these different kind of, about dominant. They may be more dominant in certain areas, but just overall, you just can't, with everything that factors into it. It's Michael Jordan.
Right. And you're a big basketball guy, and all those names you just named, the different eras that they played in. You can't even tell me for a second that the era of basketball that's going on right now, these are wusses compared to those guys. They played physical brand of basketball where they beat up each other, they got in the paint, and, buddy, they shedded paint on each other.
A
different game. These cats score now that have scored 30 and 40, it's because nobody's playing defense. Get in their face and play defense.
Yeah. 2001, my favorite player growing up, Dominique Wilkins, number 21 jersey,
that was
retired
my favorite
by the Atlanta Hawks
of all time of watching dunk competitions. When
human highlight film.
Oh my gosh, I used to love it.
Played for Georgia, but just tremendous. He, still that I think it was '87, the back and forth between him and Bird in that playoff game between Atlanta and Chicago, Atlanta and Boston was. Tremendous, phenomenal, one of the best ever. All right, born on this day, Robert Stack. Remember him from Unsolved Mysteries?
Oh, now that you say it, I do. Yeah. That one went away kind of quickly.
And it was around for a little while. Or Rex Kramer from The Great Airplane. The movie,
now that was some great comedy
Airplane.
there.
Oh, that's one of the funniest movies of all time. And that was a great role for him too, Robert Stack. He also was on The Untouchables. He was Elliot Ness back in the old TV show. Born on this day, 1919. Did you ever watch The Match Game? The old Match Game?
Don't cause a buzz.
Charles Nelson Riley. Charles. Born on this day, 1931, Rip Taylor. I don't know what he's famous for other than
got a cool name.
Yeah, he was in Wayne's World. Yeah. 1931, William B. Davis. William B. Davis. For all of you X-Files fans, the smoking man.
Okay.
Died of lung cancer.
There you go.
No, he didn't. He didn't. He's still alive, actually. William B. Davis, the smoking man from the X-Files. Bob Baffert, horse trainer, won a couple of Triple Crowns. Mark O'Mara, golfer, won the Masters in 1996, I believe. Julia Louis-Dreyfus, funny lady. Seinfeld, of course, 1961. Trace Atkins,
country music
star. Penelope Ann Miller, from. She was in Carlitos Way. No.
Nope.
Fetching young lady. Patrick Dempsey from Grey's Anatomy. I never watched the show, but He's been in some other movies that are pretty good. Can't Buy Me Love, really good 80s movie, probably underrated 80s movie. Nicole Eggert, born on this day, 1972, Baywatch. I had to put her on there. And Orlando Bloom, born on this day, 1977, Pirates of the Caribbean. You a fan?
I watched it, but I'm not a big fan.
I've said that first couple were good. I didn't kind of lost interest after that. They're coming back, though, I think. They may be bringing Johnny Depp back.
They need to just stay in the Caribbean.
Maybe so. It's going to wrap it up for us today. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. He's Jim, I'm Andy. So long for now. We'll talk again soon.